G'day new starters, welcome back. One of the earliest memories that I have is focused around an event, the details of which I don't remember a great deal of. I do remember the emotion that I felt at the time. What my memory has is standing on the front lawn of our home that was located in a cul-de-sac at the end of a quiet back street. And my mother is driving off down that road, and I am standing on the lawn howling and crying for all that it is worth. My little world has been shattered. And I still to this day remember that feeling of being lost and abandoned. And if I think about the details around it, which I don't have any memory of, but I suspect that my mother was going to the shops to make a quick trip to the local store. She wouldn't have been going very long because she wouldn't have been leaving a small child at home if she was. And this was the 60s, it was a quiet neighborhood, so there wasn't I wasn't in any danger, and it's possible that my father was home as well. So all of those details, though they are lost, I'm quite confident would support the idea that my mother was just going for a quick trip to the shops, and it would be quicker if she went on her own than she took a 3 or a 4-year-old child with her. But for me, it was a day of revelation when I realized that I could neither control the world nor was I the center of the universe. As I stood on that lawn, desperate and alone, I realized there was nothing I could do to fix that situation. I could not change it. And the implications were that I was not valuable enough for my mother to see my pain and respond to me in a way that met my needs. Those were the conclusions that I came to as a young child. And it's very interesting that in almost every situation, and I hold back from saying every situation because somebody may be able to find an example of something different, but I'm not sure that there is. I haven't seen them. In almost every situation of life, be it as benign or incredibly significant, there are 3 influences that are taking place, and these 3 influences are woven together, all rely on each other, all influence each other, all are clearly identifiable as separate components, but they are bound together. And those 3 things are our understanding of our identity, our sense of worth, and our capacity to receive and give love. And to me, I see those principles being lived out in the scriptures over and over again. Let me have a look at a quick scripture this morning, and let me read it to you. It's from 1 Peter and chapter 2, starting in verse 9. But you are a chosen priesthood, a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his wonderful light. Once you were not a people, but now you are the people of God. Once you had not received mercy, but now you have received mercy. And if we look at that passage of scripture, and you can pretty much do this with almost all of the most significant passages of scripture, we'll see in that passage that his identity. Peter is saying you're a chosen priesthood, a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation. That is who you are. You are a people belonging to God. You are, once you didn't have that identity, now you do have that identity. And he says that you are a special possession. You are incredibly valuable. You have been called to declare his praises. You are so valuable that you get to declare the praises of God. And once you had not received mercy, once you had not experienced love, but now you have experienced the love of God. And there we see those 3 wonderful concepts. As you go throughout this week, I want to challenge you, particularly in situations where there might be conflict, or you might be feeling discouraged, or you might be feeling excited or hope-filled about a situation. Try and divide that up and see what those situations are saying to you about your identity, about your worth, and about your capacity to receive and give love. And once we start identifying those things, it explains an awful lot about ourselves and about our lives. So thanks for being with me again this week, and we look forward to being able to be together again next week.